There's an old legend, fable, of a swan and a crane. And the crane is digging around for snails in a pond, or the crane is digging around for snails in the pond, and a swan flies down from heaven. And the crane looks up and he's like, "Well, you're a weird looking creature. You ain't no crane. Where are you from?" The swan says, "I'm from heaven." And the crane's like, "Heaven? Where's that?" And the swan's like, "You don't know where heaven is?" And so the swan starts to tell him about the streets of gold and about how there's jewels in the walls and the gates and how beautiful God's creatures are there, and tells him about the king of heaven and how majestic the king is. And the crane's like, "Are there snails in heaven?" And the swan's like, "No, I don't know about no snail." He's like, "Well, then you can keep your heaven. Give me snails." And he goes digging around. Right? We can get so in the weeds that we get our priorities mixed up. At this point, I bet people are going, "This is a sermon about fixing up the church, this temple, right? We need to do a spring cleanup." It's not that. It's not that at all. Where Jesus, what does the New Testament say about the temple and where God resides now? Right here. Each of us. This is a message for God's people to organize our lives around what God is doing. And God left his people the Great Commission. He said, "Go, make disciples, teaching them to obey all that I have commanded you. Baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach them of me. Teach them and be a people that makes more and more followers of me." And so, question is, what is the book of Haggai about? It's a clear message for God's people to keep their priorities straight. It's a clear message for God's people to keep their priorities straight. And our priority as God's people is the Great Commission. So the question is are our priorities in line with God's priorities, or have they gotten off?